know what? I'm like a kid. And I'll tell you why, because all of us golfers, when we get to the pro shop, you pick up a club, you're like, ooh, that looks good, or that doesn't look good. And I'll be completely honest with you. I'm in golf, I call golf, I teach golf, I do it all. But until you guys reached out to me, I sort of knew about Krank Golf, and then I started to really pay attention. And I
Right.
started reading more and more and more. And it turns out that what I thought was a fringe organization is not necessarily so. You guys are
Yeah.
dominant. You touched on it with a face thickness, because naturally, the thinner the face, the more spring there is going to be off the face for the slower speed golfer. Am I correct in my assumptions there? And I want you to talk
You
about
are. You're very correct. It's like we've been dealing with this for a long time. About 7 years ago, I was sitting at my desk and I was like, I make my long drive head just a little thicker in the face than I do my normal playing driver. So my 4, 5, 6 degree long drive version is a little bit thicker than my playing version, which is the 7, 5, 9 and 10, 5 degree, right?
all right.
And I thought, well, they're both conforming. They're both on the USGA conforming list. But I got a bunch of buddies that have lost so much distance and they've really only lost a little bit, right?
Yeah,
I mean, think about
I'm
it.
your buddy too. Yeah.
I mean, these guys are like, it's 5 years ago, I was hitting 290 all day and now I'm doing good to hit 225. What happened? I don't feel like I'm that much slower.
Hmm.
What people don't realize is that when you have the ability to hit something 290 or 300, you get a significant amount of trampoline effect out of the face of that driver.
Right.
And when you slow down just a little, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles an hour swing speed, that trampoline effect virtually goes away.
Really?
Why? Because the drivers that are made today are rated for the maximum spring effect at around 115 swing speed.
All right.
Well, if you're swinging 90,
Yeah,
you're losing 70% of the spring effect. So you're not just losing distance because you're not swinging harder, you're losing the extra bonus, which is called trampoline effect that the faster swingers enjoy. And I say it like this. If maximum core, if you follow core at all, COR,
yeah.
is 0.83 by the USGA, to get 0.83 out of a driver that's on the USGA conforming list, you have to swing at least 115 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
My wife swings 67. So if she's hitting that same driver,
It's another doing nothing.
she's nothing. She's getting 0.1. So why is it fair that John Rahm hitting Callaway gets 0.83 swinging 115, 120, but if my wife hits that same driver, she gets 0.1? It's not fair. We have the technology to give everyone 0.83.
Yeah.
And we are doing it today.
Well,
We
look,
have been for the last 7 years.
that is the beauty of it. And look, this is an entirely bigger conversation about bifurcation and stuff, because everyone's like, well, I want to hit the ball that the pros use. I'm like, sorry, you don't hit the thing hard enough to keep it in the air. You need a more spinning golf ball. And then just with your drive ahead with extra spring, I mean, this sounds like it's a match made in heaven for most golfers.
Well, and
And
this is really the crazy part. What people don't understand. I mean, I was a world long drive guy. I could at one point swing 150. I still swing about 130 and I'm 61 years old. So I move it still.
Mhm.
But if I hit my thinnest face driver, if anybody that swings above 115 hits our thinnest face driver, they're going to hit it 30 yards shorter than the normal face thickness that's meant for their swing speed. So we're not trying to take the guys that are hitting at 320 and getting them 420. There's no way to do that. By making a thinner face driver, it's really rated and has to be sold to the people that meet that swing speed range, which is our thinnest face is under 85 miles an hour.
Right.
And then our middle face thickness is 85 to 105, and our normal face thickness is 105 and up. So we're not making 27 different face thicknesses here. We're making 3. We're being manageable here. And it's 20 to 40 yards longer, depending on roll.